So you clicked on this video because you are wondering, what is leaky gut? Leaky gut is basically a condition that affects the intestines and the lining of the intestines. You basically get gaps in between the intestinal walls, which allows bacteria and other toxins to be poured into your bloodstream. So basically the lining of the intestines, you have the villi in the intestines, and think of that as like little finger-like projections in your intestines. When they are healthy, they are free to move around and they don't allow any of that food or any toxins to escape out from in your intestines. But when they are damaged, they allow all these toxins to pour into your bloodstream. And some of the symptoms that can show up in that and the way that it can arise are allergies, acne, skin conditions like eczema, psoriasis, diarrhea, IBS, chronic fatigue, brain fog, asthma, headaches, anxiety, sugar cravings, and depression. A lot of times we don't think of anxiety and depression being related to gut health, but it is extremely related to gut health, and it can affect a lot of people because you think that you're just having all of these symptoms of being anxious and wound up, and you just think, oh, well, I'm just an anxious person, that's just who I am. But it has a lot to do with your gut health. And 90% of your serotonin is made in your gut. So if your gut is damaged, you are not going to be producing the proper amount of serotonin in your gut for your body to use, which is very unfortunate. What are the causes of this leaky gut syndrome? Your microbiome in your gut is out of whack. It is not where it needs to be at all, and there are way too many of these bad bacteria running rampant in your gut and not enough of the good bacteria. So, number one would be genetics. Genetics can play a huge role in your gut health and just your health in general. Number two, stress. Stress contributes to about 70% of illnesses and diseases. That is a crazy high number. So absolutely, stress is going to make your stomach issues worse. Number three, excess alcohol use. Yes, you heard me. If you are partying over the weekend and binge drinking, or maybe you like to have, 2 or 4 glasses of wine every night, that is going to contribute to having a damaged gut. You are not going to be feeling well if you keep doing this and you keep this up. Number 4, taking any kind of anti-inflammatory over-the-counter medication such as aspirin, Advil, or ibuprofen. These things contribute to a huge amount of damage to your gut, and it can throw everything out of whack. And I don't know about you, but whenever I used to take any kind of anti-inflammatory, I would get the worst stomach aches, and I would have to chug down Maalox and anything just to get it to stop. And it was just a whole vicious cycle because you're trying to take care of one thing, that pain in your knee that won't go away, and then you're like, oh my God, my stomach is hurting now, and it keeps going as this vicious cycle. And then by the time you know it, your gut is completely damaged. Number 5, antibiotics and birth control pills. Yes. These are huge contributing factors to gut intestinal permeability. The more you take these things and the longer span of time you are on these medications, the worse it is going to get. So you are taking these antibiotics and it is just completely wiping out all of that wonderful and good bacteria in your gut. There is no more good guys. By the time you are done with taking that round of antibiotics, everything is all out of whack. Your gut is not how it was before because of the fact that you killed all of the good guys. I'm not telling you to go off of your birth control pills. I'm not telling you to go off of your antibiotics. Obviously, you would want to consult your doctor before doing that, and they probably have you on them for a reason, but just be mindful that these medications could possibly, and they probably are, damaging your gut. And if you are off them, there probably has been some damage that has occurred to your gut as well. So the biggest thing that you can do is the 4 R's, which is remove, replace, reinoculate, and repair. So these 4 things that you are going to be doing is the best protocol that you can do for repairing and healing your gut. Number 1, when you remove, you want to remove not only the food sensitivities, anything that's irritating your gut, but you also want to remove any kind of stress, any kind of environmental toxins, any kind of parasites, toxic elements, candida, sensitivities, all of that stuff has got to go. So for stress, there are many things that you can do, and I'm going to make another video on that as well. But all of these things need to be managed before you can go to the next step. That would be very counterproductive to be around these things that are making you sick. So if you are sick and you are reacting to these things and you are constantly being exposed to them, you are never going to heal. So you got to remove all the parasites, all the candida, the stress, the food intolerances, environmental toxins, and then you can move on to the next step. Remember, guys, this is a very slow healing journey. It is not something that happens overnight. I cannot stress that enough. It is not a quick fix, and you have to work on it and be consistent. And please be gentle on yourself. So number 2 would be replace. So at this point, after you've removed all those nasties in your gut, you would want to introduce probably some digestive enzymes and maybe some HCl with bentonite, which is hydrochloric acid, and that will actually raise the stomach acid. And you would want to work with a naturopath to help you implement some of these supplements into your lifestyle. Also, digestive bitters can be very helpful, like ingesting wormwood or licorice root or dandelion root. Those are very good for stimulating digestion. So now, at this point, you are at step number 3, which is reinoculate. So you would want to find a very high quality probiotic. The biggest thing that you want to look for when you're buying a probiotic is the survivability. Is it going to survive your stomach acid? Your stomach acid is very strong. So for a probiotic, spore-based probiotics can survive the stomach acid, and that can make it into your small and large intestine and give more of that healing effect that you're going to want. So higher CFUs, colony forming units, are not always, the cure-all for everything. That doesn't really mean a whole lot when you're looking for probiotics. You want to look for the survivability of, is it going to make it through my stomach acid? And also another really wonderful thing is fermented foods. Fermented foods like sauerkraut, raw kefir from goat milk, cow milk, whatever. You want to make sure that those have live cultures in them, because a lot of times they will just use this vinegar solution to give it that fermented taste, and it's really not doing anything to your gut, which is really unfortunate, because you pay that money thinking that you're doing the right thing, but then you realize that, oh my god, wow, I just paid that money and it's just not doing anything. So you want to make sure that has live cultures, so that way it can get those natural prebiotics and probiotics into your gut. One thing that I have found to be probably the most helpful in my gut health is raw milk. Raw milk has been an absolute savior to my health and my gut, and it has really turned a lot of things around for me. I went from having really bad stomach pains at night to being able to kind of just live my life. Now, of course, you always want to make sure that you're getting it from a good source and that the farmer knows exactly what they're doing, what to look for in their animals, making sure that the animal's not passing down any bad bacteria that's going to harm you, or any parasites or anything like that. So you always want to get to know your farmer and make sure that they're doing the right thing. Number 4 is repair. This is the part where diet is very critical, because you are going to be having more nutrients in your diet, and at this point your body is going to be digesting these nutrients a lot better than it was before, because if you are eating food and your gut is damaged, you're not going to be processing those nutrients in the same way that you would be as a person with a healthy stomach. Now at this point, you're going to want to be having L-glutamine supplements into your diet, preferably the powder form in between meals, stirred into water. Zinc is very helpful, slippery elm, aloe, vitamin A, C, and D are very important, and they can really help tie things all in together as well. Collagen is also really good for your gut, and it's good for your skin. It makes your skin glow. So now you know the 4 R's, and I hope that this helps, and I hope that you experience healing in your life. It has taken me about 3 years to really get where I am today, and I still have quite a long ways to go because of all of the stuff that has happened with my health. I will release a video on that in the future because I think a lot of the mistakes that I've made with my health in the past that might be able to help some of you guys as well. And maybe I could also even talk about what I did that didn't work and what I did that did work, because I've spent a lot of money and I've wasted so much money trying to figure out what works for my body, and it turned out to be a complete flop, which was horrible because who wants to do that? Who wants to pay money for something just to have it tank? I mean, that's kind of crummy. So I really thank you for watching this video, and I hope it helped. So if you enjoyed it, go ahead and subscribe and make sure you hit that notification bell so that way you never miss a video. Leave a comment down below, let me know what you think, video ideas, topic suggestions. If you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and feel free to share it with your friends. Okay, bye guys.